All right, we're back for part 2, and I don't remember what the last question I asked was. Oops. Challenging aspect.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention this. For Peter and Edward, dot matrix printer. Anyways, they will both appreciate that. I guarantee you I will get comments from... Well, Edward doesn't do YouTube, but Pete, I know you're watching, and I know you're going to comment, and you're going to love the fact that I printed this on a dot matrix printer, thanks to this kid. Anyways, so does Molly's diet motivate your diet, or does yours in terms of cooking healthy dishes and branching out? What about each other's influence on exercise?
Well,
Go for it.
I definitely think that it influences mine, because, like, I don't like to eat things that you can't eat in front of you, like, so, like, I'll avoid certain things that I used to just have, like breads and stuff, and, like, eating less of things, so it's influenced that.
I feel like you were trying to hide fudge from me at your parents' house. Were you trying to, like, eat that without me noticing?
Yeah, I try not
like,
to eat it when you're there, because, like, I certainly ate less of it than I would have if you weren't there. But, so it influences that. I think there was did I answer that whole question? I don't know.
And the influence on exercise. Basically, food and exercise, the influence on each other.
I don't think we've really, like, been around each other while we're exercising, so. At least I'm usually really, like, I usually do it alone, so.
Well, yeah,
like,
but,
we haven't really...
but even if it's not together, does my exercise influence, like, is there any influence on each other? No?
Not yet. Maybe it's because it's winter and we're just stuck inside.
Then again, I mean, you're doing the 5K with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I mean, I guess that's not really...
Yeah,
it's not really, like, influencing, but, like...
I wouldn't have done it if you weren't doing it, so...
Okay.
Like, that is something that I've never done before that I'm only doing because I heard about it from you.
It's like, hey, let's
like,
do the color run.
Nobody else in my family is really into that stuff, so...
Yeah, and I mean, I hate running, but exercise. Anyway.
Exercise with fun people.
Yeah. Still haven't convinced you to do the half marathon?
I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe this is like a gateway
drug. Nice. Did you have any idea that the community was so widely spread throughout the world, and that through weight loss surgery, Molly has extra contacts and friends all over the world?
I was kind of surprised, because, like, I didn't know, like, that this community existed, but being around YouTube, I kind of know that these, like, everything has a group on YouTube, basically. Like,
yeah.
Like that one video I made, just...
We're going to talk about the Jeep video. Oh my god.
Like,
no, but it's true. Like, yeah. Who would think that video has...
Yeah.
You're, like, shifting gears in a Jeep, and it has more views than all of my videos combined. Like...
So I knew YouTube had, like, niche, like, communities, but I had never, like, looked for communities like this, so I was kind of surprised that especially someone I knew had, like, that many contacts.
Yeah. And, like, this whole other friend group, this kind of, like, secret friend group with, like, hundreds of people. Oh, I like this one.
Uh-oh.
He's like, gee, this is going to help me. What attracts you to Molly? She's mentioned that she loves your health-conscious mentality. Is it the same for you?
I think...
Okay, so, like, just to preface this. Yes, I've mentioned that I like your health-conscious mentality because this is my weight loss surgery channel and this is about health and fitness. There are other things that I like about Matty. There's a whole plethora of other things. We just haven't really talked about those on my YouTube channel that isn't focused on the fact that I'm a geek. So anyways, go ahead and answer. Go ahead. What attracts you to me?
I think it's the geekiness. Like, that has to be, like, one of the biggest factors. Like, you're interested in a lot of the things I'm interested in, and like there's like a lot of things we can do that most people don't like to do. Like most people wouldn't go out in this weather.
Yeah,
and
it's
enjoy
like
it.
it's like a blizzard right now. We're both probably sitting here like, can we get done with this so we can go for a drive? I'm just in a blizzard.
Like there's all those things, and you're also beautiful. Like
You're adorable.
You kind of have to have like for a relationship. That's usually
I have to be beautiful for a relationship.
You're beautiful, like to me, and like it's different for everyone, and it's. I don't know any other way to put that.
You can stop stumbling over your words. All right. Does any of it have to do with the fact that I'm health conscious? Is that part of it? Do you think that like the fact that we kind of align on the fact that we're both like aware and conscious of like what we eat, and does that have something to do with it?
I think it is a little bit, but I think if it were the opposite, like it might sort of push me away. Like I don't know. Like
What do you mean the opposite?
if you're like the opposite of like health conscious. Like,
so if I was like a couch potato. And like, no, because I've talked about this before, and I should probably let him watch the video where I talked about him and he didn't know about it. That, you know, I like the fact that you're also conscious of your health, and we can go out and do active things where before I wouldn't want that, and whoever I was with wouldn't really want to go out and do active things. If I had asked my ex-boyfriends, any of them, to go run a 5K with them, I would have had to, like, pull teeth. There's no way that any of them would have gone and run a 5K with me. So I like the fact that I can be like, hey, Matty, you want to run a 5K? And he's like, sure. So, like, in that respect, I think that we work well together, and that if one of us was a couch potato and the other wasn't, that they kind of can put strain on a relationship. If you can't, like, want to enjoy those active things together.
Yeah, it would be harder to do things together, and it would sort of be like, it would make me feel like I'm leaving you behind, like if I was doing it, or if you were doing it and I wasn't, like,
right. It kind of like eliminates time that you could be spending together, so it's helpful to the relationship to have those things in common so you can do them together.
Yeah. So from that aspect, that like being health conscious does, like since we're both like that, it sort of brings us closer.
Nice. All right. What is it like to be dating someone whose appearance changes so rapidly? And I think, in a way, this almost doesn't apply because we haven't been dating, like, in the beginning it was changing rapidly. I feel like it kind of, like, plateaued in the fact that I'm not changing so rapidly anymore, but I don't know. Can you answer that? Do you think that applies?
You know, there's a lot of the thing is, like, I still see you as you. Like, I knew you from, like, before just that brief time, and, like, you still seem like Molly to me. Like, there's not, like, there's obviously, like, the physical appearance has changed, and that, like, can sort of shock you, like, short term, but, like, long term, like, there hasn't been much that, like, has, like, made me think that you weren't Molly. They're the Molly from before. Like, it's so. Well,
okay.
I don't know. You can change. It's like I still feel like I know you. And obviously, like that's just from that one like experience
the one
before.
that I don't remember, which I kind of feel really bad about that I don't remember this. Oh, and you kind of already touched on this in the last one. Did you know Molly at her heaviest? And if so, would you say she's changed since the weight loss?
That's kind of hard to answer because while we talked, like I didn't really know you then. Like we weren't even like friends then. So
we talked after our like second meeting, like once I met Brian, and we like re-met each other. We talked on Facebook. I was still at my heaviest, right? And even, yeah, we didn't talk like, it wasn't like an everyday talking. We didn't start talking regularly until after I lost weight, right? We just talked a few times before.
Yeah, there was just emails or something. Like, I don't remember having like Facebook chats. I don't know.
So, do you have an answer to that? Do you think I've changed? You don't really know. You haven't really known me. You didn't know me well enough before.
Yeah, like we hadn't really talked that much even before, like.
But even since let's see, we started talking really regularly like 6 months ago. So even in the last 6 months, I've lost probably 90 of the 140 I've lost. So you've still seen quite a bit of change.
No, I guess it hasn't affected me that much because it, like, I can't think of any things to answer to that.
Okay. I mean, like, honestly, that makes me feel good about myself because I've always been one of those people who's like, I didn't want to change as a person in a bad way because of the weight loss. Like, if I'm more confident, that's fine or whatever, but I didn't want to change who I was as a person. I've seen other people, like, just, I don't know. I've seen bad things from other people. They get more confidence and all of a sudden they're like, I'm not even going to comment on that. Anyways, shoot. I think we're going to split this again, aren't we? All right. We're going to do, the third part's going to be very short, but it's going to be a third part. So we'll be back with part 3